Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. Welcome to episode 7 of the 100. See, I tried to time that out better so that the entrances would be happening. Wow, that's loud. Hang on just a second. Wow. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play around with our volume settings here real quick because, ow. It's funny. It's never that loud when we do 2K, but for some reason Firebro just decided to blast my drums out. I am wearing different headphones tonight, so I mean it doesn't seem like it would be that much louder, would it? But anyway, okay. Fixed the volume theoretically. We'll see. Let me add it back to the stream. Okay, so our opening match. 2 of the 3 lowest seeds remaining in the tournament, starting with number 99, the Philly Marino Experience. That is Philly Collins leading the way, Marino Tenalia behind him. We saw them back in round 1, upsetting one of my favorite teams, Nueva Generación Dinamita. A couple of Ohio boys, Tenalia and Collins. They are the current Wild Zero Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And their opponents are the Outfielders. On the left, that's Weber Hatfield. On the right, that is Shay McCoy. In case you can't tell, 3 out of the 4 edits in this match were made by me, which is why they don't look good. But, you know, gotta have the characters, so we gotta have the characters. It means I had to go in and make them, and they don't look very good. So my apologies to Shay. My apologies to both members of the Philly Marino Experience. There is the bell, and we have got Philly Collins on the apron. His partner Marino Tenalia is in there right now, taking on pretty much immediate kick out there. He's in there with Shay McCoy, the grittiest in the game. He takes him down that jumping Thez press. Tenalia fires off a forearm to the face. Shay started to get the advantage on that test of strength. Marino wisely broke it and went for the side suplex instead. Tag made, and in comes Philly Collins. Series of boots to the midsection, and Shay is back in control. Jumping double geary there by the Philly Marino Experience. And now Shay is going to tag in Weber Hatfield. The Lucha Baseball, Weber Hatfield. Hatfield and McCoy are the current reigning Camp Leapfrog Campeonatos de Ranas champions. That means the Frog champions. They have held those titles since 2021. Do not watch Camp Leapfrog. It's on independent wrestling television. It is fantastic. It's a very fun promotion. Very, very much geared toward younger viewers and fans of comedy wrestling. Really very entertaining stuff. I should point out, the way tonight's episode is laid out, we are going to fill in the final 4 spots in the round of 16 in a tournament that started with 100 tag teams. Right now, this is the number 94 seeds, the Outfielders, against the number 99 seeds, the Philly Marino Experience. The winners of this match will wrestle again later tonight against the number 3 seed, Briscoe Brothers. The winners of that match will advance to the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, to the round of 16. And then those matches will happen on Tuesday. More on that as we go. 12 of the final 16 have been decided already. The Usos, the Lucha Bros, RK Bro, Aussie Open, Street Profits, Swerve in Our Glory, The Kingdom, Las Chicas Indomables, Rot und Flot, Atrapasueños, The Butcher and the Blade, and the Bollywood Boys have all clinched spots in the round of 16. We will fill in those final 4 tonight. We already know that I mentioned the Briscoe Brothers will be wrestling later tonight. And there's our 5-minute count from the timekeeper. Thank you, 5. And Violence is Forever also has already clinched their spot in the 3rd round, so they will compete later on against the winners between Magical Sugar Rabbits and Z-Brats. We have 4 other 2nd round matches happening tonight. The winners of those matches will then face off in 3rd round matches later tonight as well. So basically, we have 14 teams competing tonight for 4 spots. By the end of the night, 10 of them will be eliminated, and we will know who the, so to speak, the Sweet 16 of the 100 will be. And of course, the 100 will roll on next Tuesday, where we will have the round of 16 and the quarterfinals. And the final 4 teams, the 4 semifinal teams, will all advance to WreSIMania, which is coming up on April 2nd. Boston Crab here by Philly Collins on Weber Hatfield as we approach the 7-minute mark. No submission yet. The match continues. Snapmare by Hatfield right onto the logo. Drops an elbow. Now Hatfield, you may know by a former name. He was Boomer Hatfield for a while when he used to wrestle in a baseball-themed mask, along with his, I believe, kayfabe cousin, Dasher. They might have been brothers, but I think they were cousins. He unmasked and is now going by Weber Hatfield, and is teaming with Shay McCoy, who one of the more visible NB wrestlers in the world. They called him the grittiest in the game. Hatfield, among other nicknames, is known as the ground out grappler, and I believe earlier I called him the Lucha Baseball, which is another name he used to use. Marino Tenaglia, who was just in there, is sometimes referred to as Mr. Smooth Operator, but both he and Philly Collins have struggled to put away the Outfielders here. Of course, they are the underdogs. They're the biggest underdogs remaining at number 95. Big suplex by Philly Collins sends Shay McCoy to the floor. A big shoulder breaker by Collins in the ring. Big suplex on the floor. Both members of the Philly Marino Experience were trained by Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. So you'll probably see some familiar offense out of the two of them. Shay McCoy brought that chair into the ring, and now she slams... I'm sorry, Shay. They slam Philly Collins to the floor. Roll out, grab another chair, roll back in. Oh, they're doing the in and out thing here with Marino Tenaglia. Oh, boy. This is getting a little wrestling comedy for you there. Scoop and a slam by Shay. And makes the tag. In comes Weber Hatfield, and in comes Marino Tenaglia. Philly Collins kicks down both outfielders. And McCoy returns the favor to both members of the Philly Marino Experience. Loving forearm for Marino. Now up to the top rope. Big elbow drop to the back. Bit of a stare down there. Now Weber going for the suplex. No, blocked. And Tenaglia suplexes up on over the top and to the floor. Brutal landing by Weber Hatfield. Remember, Weber Hatfield and Marino Tenaglia are the legal men in this match. But all 4 are in the ring now. Tenaglia just drilled Shay McCoy with a DDT. Of course, Shay not the legal participant. Tag made, and in comes Philly Collins. Swings and misses with a boot. Gives Weber time to get over and make the tag to Shay. Big power bomb on Tenaglia. Big suplex on Collins, and the outfielders are rolling here. Collins takes control with a front face lock. And now he heads to the top. Diving fist drop to the, let's just call it the lower back of Shay McCoy. Shay tags in Weber Hatfield. Double kicks to the midsection. And then another kick. Half crab applied by Weber Hatfield on Marino Tenaglia. Weber able to escape before Philly Collins could get over to make the save. I'm going to mention that Philly Marino Experience beat Nueva Generacion Dinamita. Hold on, we got a pin. 1, 2. Weber Hatfield able to kick out. They were able to beat Nueva Generacion Dinamita in round 1. The Outfielders in round 1 faced the Arrows of Hungary, Dover and Icarus, and beat them. We always talk about our season 1 tournament, the 500, which was what it sounds like. It was a 500-person tournament. It took us over a year, which is why we decided that season 2 was going to be 2 smaller tournaments instead of 1 real big one. So yeah, to combine the two, the 2 season 2 tournaments will be shorter than the 1 we had in season 1. But both McCoy and Hatfield were part of the 500. McCoy beat TJP in round 1 before losing to Masaaki Mochizuki. And Hatfield beat Tracy Williams in round 1 and Jody himself in round 2 before losing to Wardlow in round 3. Now Collins with a big suplex on Hatfield. And now trading blows with McCoy. Chops from Collins, punches from McCoy. Discus lariat, nicely done by Collins. Tag made, and in comes Marino Tenaglia. Super kick. Now Collins. Oh, it's the Gargano escape. I mentioned earlier that you might see some familiar offense. He's got it locked in on Shay McCoy. Tenaglia is the legal man, so even if Shake submits, it's not going to count. But I'm still a little surprised Weber Hatfield didn't come in to try to save his partner, but Shay just folds Tenaglia in half with a spear. And a big left hand, and Mr. Smooth Operator is down. The grittiest in the game is rolling. Went for a rolling capo kick, but missed. Collins with an elbow to the back, heading back up top. Is he going for that diving fist drop again? Yes, he is, and again, catching Shay in the extremely lower back. As the hosts of the phenomenal podcast, How Did This Get Made, would put it, where does the butt start? Figure 4 by Hatfield. He's got it locked in on Collins, but Tenaglia breaks it up before McCoy can cut him off. Gargano escape. McCoy's distracted by Tenaglia, unable to get to Collins in time to break it up, but Hatfield able to escape. A couple of very close calls there, one for each team. Collins off the ropes with a baseball slide drop kick. My friend Magic Jake Dumas from the NWA cringed somewhere, even if he's not watching. Somehow he knew there was a baseball slide. For a big suplex here. No, reversed. And Hatfield sends Tenaglia to the floor. And Shay McCoy's got another chair. This is the 3rd chair they've introduced into the match. Nice belly to belly there by Hatfield. Hatfield up on the top rope. High diving Hurricane Rana. Now go behind. Oh, standing switch. And Tenaglia with the release German suplex. Tag made. In comes Philly Collins. A double axe handle to the back by Tenaglia. Weber firing off punches. And down goes Mr. Smooth Operator. Tag made. In comes Shay McCoy. And we've got another double power bomb on Collins. Elbow drop by Shay McCoy. And another. Went for that rolling capo kick again. But again, Collins able to dodge it. Sent into the corner. Shay charges in. Big running back elbow. And down he goes. Oop. But a single leg puts both participants down. Collins makes the tag. In comes Marino Tenaglia, and he immediately takes a reverse choke slam. And a DDT by Shay McCoy. And again, both participants are down. This match has gone over 23 minutes. Not in real time, because as you've noticed, this stream has only been going for about 13. And a double powerbomb again by the Outfielders. And an elbow to the back by McCoy. And an elbow drop to the back off the top rope by Hatfield. Front face lock. Cinched in there by Marino Tenaglia. Makes the tag, and in comes Philly Collins. Super kick from a kneeling position on Hatfield. And that double geary again. Into the Gargano escape. And the referee has seen enough. The Philly Marino Experience is moving on to face the Briscoe Brothers later on in this episode. Big win for Philins and Marino Tenaglia. They move on to round of 32. We will see them again in action later tonight. Philly Collins Experience over number 94, Outfielders. Got an 84% according to the evaluators over at Fire Pro Wrestling World, which is the game we are using for tonight's episode. We usually use WWE 2K22, but because 2K does not allow intergender matches, we've had to move some of them over to 2K. Away from 2K to Fire Pro. So, the Philly Marino Experience moves on to face the Briscoes later on in this episode. This next match should be a lot of fun. Some varied styles here, but it's going to be a lot of high flying, I suspect. As the number 90 seed, the Kings of the District, Eel O'Neill and Jordan Blade, take on the number 26 team, Los Hermanos Lee, Dragon Lee, and Dralistico. So, if you follow wrestling news at all, then even if you weren't aware of him before, you have probably now heard the name Dragon Lee. He was recently signed to a developmental deal by WWE. But out first, here come the Kings of the District. On the left, that is the Submission Sniper, the Ankle Breaker, Trap Daddy, Jordan Blade, and their tag team partner, the Technica Electric Eel O'Neill. They are the Kings of the District. They currently hold the Wrestlers. O'Neill is currently the Wrestlers Laboratory Champion. Blade is the Paradigm Pro Wrestling Heavy Hitters Champion. And Blade, alongside Brooke Valentine, is one half of the Capital Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Now, Dragon Lee on the right did just recently sign with WWE. His brother, Dralistico, leading the way in the white mask. You may think, hey, that looks a lot like Sin Cara. Well, it's because for a brief time, Dralistico was Mystico, which was Sin Cara. But it's a different guy. You see, when Sin Cara, who had been wrestling as Mystico in Mexico, when he was signed to WWE, he passed the mantle of Mystico to the wrestler now known as Dralistico. So he was going as Mystico for a while, and then Sin Cara left WWE, returned to Mexico. For a while went by the name Caristico, but eventually decided he wanted to be Mystico again, so he became Mystico, and Mystico, now a lot of people just refer to him as Mystico 2, changed his name to Dralistico. It gets even more confusing when you think about the fact Dragon Lee is not the first Dragon Lee. Just put that out of your mind. This match is going to be really fun. Lucha Libre style, but also more technical style with some flying capabilities out of the Kings of the District. We were talking about the 500 during our first match. All four participants in this match were in the 500. O'Neill lost in the first round to Scorpio Sky. Blade lost in the first round to he was then known as Penta Oscuro. Of course, now we know him as Penta El Zero Miedo. Dragon Lee lost to Jaden Newman in round 1, while Dralistico beat Tommy Dreamer in round 1, Mike Outlaw in round 2, before losing to Rich Swann in round 3. Of course, they're both from Tala. I keep saying, of course. I mean, of course, in that, of course, they're from the same hometown. Not, of course. Well, of course, just by looking at them, you can tell they're from Tala in Jalisco, Mexico. They have been teaming, their whole lives because they're brothers. But their first time ever teaming as wrestlers was 8 years ago and 2 days. March 21st, 2015 is the first documented tag team match involving both members of Hermanos Lee. Kings of the District, on the other hand, had their first match as a team in November of 2019. So definitely still a veteran team for, over 3 years together. But Hermanos Lee, they literally grew up together. Oh, here comes the King's trigger. DC trigger? I don't know. The DMV trigger. That's what we're going to call it. There it is. I knew if I just kept iterating on it, I'd come up with a name for that move. Dragon Lee sounds a little out of breath. For a big suplex. Lee is actually an in-game model. He's one of the wrestlers in Fire Pro Wrestling World for PS4. And Jordan Blade I had to create. Drilistico and El O'Neill I was able to find edits for online. So that's why the submission sniper doesn't quite look as good as the other 3 participants in the match, but they're holding their own here. A couple of kicks to both members of Hermanos Lee, go behind Dragon Lee, and now the Hermanos they're taking a cue right from the victorious Philly Marino Experience with that double Geary. Now strikes back and forth between Jordan Blade and Drilistico. Drilistico gets the best of it. And now going into a cross arm breaker. Camera pulls out, expecting El O'Neill to do something, but he doesn't. So the match continues. Going for a suplex, but Blade slips out the back of it. But an arm drag by Drilistico. Nice technical chain wrestling there. And a suplex by Drilistico. Deep arm drag for deep hurting. Tag made, and in comes El O'Neill. Time for another DMV trigger. Blasting Drilistico in the face. And then a PK to the spine by Jordan Blade. But Drilistico nails O'Neill with a super kick. Sends him off the ropes. Don't know what he was going for there, but O'Neill sidestepped it. But he didn't sidestep that suplex. Hermanos Lee in control here. Tag made, and in comes Dragon Lee. Double team action, whipping Lee across the ring at O'Neill. And then a big side suplex. All right, backdrop driver, if you will. Some people call it that. Nice go behind belly to back. Some nice counter wrestling back and forth here. They're in the ropes, so the referee calls for the break. Double drop kick by the Kings of the District. And down goes Dragon Lee. Drop toe hold. Lee up to the top rope at the 10-minute mark. Imploding 450. But El O'Neill rolls him up. One count only. Tag made, and in comes Jordan Blade. Double drop kick. Blade rolling Lee up in a pretzel, but he's not the legal man, so he's not going to get the pin. Lee makes the tag, and in comes Drilistico. Kicks to the midsection by Blade. And now they suplex Dragon Lee. Step up enziguri, nicely done by Drilistico. And now off the top rope with a swinging Hurricane Rana. The cover, 1, 2. But Blade able to kick out. O'Neill was there. He was going to break it up, but Blade was able to kick out anyway. Nice vertical suplex there by Drilistico, followed by a side suplex, taking out both members of the Kings. Now pile driver perhaps. No! Destroyer on Jordan Blade. Goes for the cover, 1. But it's broken up by El O'Neill. That might have done it. But O'Neill, he just did it too close to the Kings of the District's corner. So O'Neill was able to break it up. Nice Rana there by Drilistico. Rolls Blade over. Go behind. Nope. Victory roll through by Jordan Blade. 1 count only as Drilistico escapes. The action in this one hot and heavy between both teams, pulling out some big moves. And a big suplex by Jordan Blade sends Drilistico to the floor. Tag made. El O'Neill is legal, but he leaves to battle with Drilistico on the floor. Referee's count already up to 7. Keep in mind, we do use a 20 count on the floor, not just 10. But, I mean, even still, we're up to 14 now. Both men back in to beat the count. Tag made. Dragon Lee is now legal. And now Lee sends O'Neill into the far corner. Sends Drilistico. I don't know what was going on there. Drilistico slammed on the brakes, and Lee instead comes charging in. A little miscommunication there between Los Hermanos Lee. Rolling into the cross arm breaker by O'Neal, but Lee's in the ropes. I got another striking battle here. Big boot by Dragon Lee. Go behind. Poison Rana. And a backslide. 1, 2. 2.9. Eel O'Neal is able to kick out. Sends Lee into the corner. Trading whips back and forth. Boot to the midsection by Lee. Tag made. In comes Dralistico. Eel O'Neal needs to make a tag. Dralistico cuts him off. No! An arm breaker from Eel O'Neal, and he makes the tag. Jordan Blade is now legal. Boots to the midsection for both kings from Dralistico. Super kick, and down goes Eel O'Neal. And he reverses Blade's suplex into one of his own, and Blade goes tumbling to the floor. The winners of this match will be competing again later tonight. They will be taking on the winners between Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and Pretty Empowered. European uppercut by Blade. We're back into a striking contest here. And a big drop kick by Blade, and down goes Dralistico. No, he pops up into a super kick. And both are down. Dralistico first to his feet. Another destroyer. And this time he was smart and did it toward the center of the ring instead of toward the King's corner. Step up Enziguri. A drop toe hold by Blade. And a drop kick to the knee. But Dralistico up first. Blade is gassed. This match has taken so much out of Jordan Blade. Tag made. Both Eel O'Neal and Dragon Lee have tagged into the match. They are now the legal participants. And Eel O'Neal with a big running forearm in the corner. But Lee's got him up. Tombstone. Oh, I thought for sure that was going to be it. Oh, and a running knee. Catches Eel O'Neal right on the jaw. Neither one of those could have put the match away. But we're still going. And a big running. That was a shote. That running just straight fist by Eel O'Neal. A pendulum crab broken up by Dralistico. And a step up Enziguri, and down goes the electric eel. Dragon Lee off the ropes. Baseball slide. Or I'm sorry, not a baseball slide. It was more of a basement drop kick. Same basic movement, but it was turned into a drop kick. Eel O'Neal going for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, but Dragon Lee able to kick out, which is good because I don't think Dralistico was going to get there in time. Rolls through into the cross arm breaker. Dragon Lee struggling against it. Dralistico has to go back to his corner. I don't think he realizes how much trouble his brother's in. But Lee is able to escape the hold, only to eat a series of forearms from Blade. A dragon screw leg whip from Eel O'Neal. And now Lee with that unorthodox pinning combination. 1, 2. It's broken up by Dralistico, who then super kicks Eel O'Neal in the face. Blade tried to roll up Lee, forgetting they're not the legal participant in the match. Manhattan drop by Lee. O'Neal with the arm breaker. He dodges a big kick from Dralistico. Tag made. Jordan Blade is now legal. Blade and Dralistico are the legal participants. PK to the spine. Now Blade probably going for that forearm or that elbow to the spine. And now an ankle lock. That's one of the submission sniper's trademark moves. O'Neal cuts off Dralistico to prevent him from breaking it up. Back into a sort of a rolling key lock. Nicely done by Eel O'Neal. Well, meanwhile, Jordan Blade just chopping the crap out of Dralistico in the corner. Back into the ankle lock. But Dralistico had a foot under the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Lucky break there for Hermanos Lee. Dralistico very well could have tapped out from that. Scoop and a slam. He's got to get out of that corner. Even if he does manage to do something big and pin Jordan Blade, Eel O'Neal is just right there and can break it up. But now Eel O'Neal is legal, having been tagged in. Dralistico drags O'Neal toward the center of the ring. Now up to the top rope. Huge frog splash by Dralistico. 1 count only because Trap Daddy breaks it up. Now big arm bar by O'Neal. Dragon Lee goes after Jordan Blade instead of breaking up the hold. I feel like Hermanos Lee are not on the same page in this match. That could very well cost them. They're the number 26 seeds. They are heavy favorites here against number 90 Kings of the District. Oh, snap run on the floor by Dralistico. Nicely done. O'Neal kicks down both Hermanos. Sends Lee into the barricade. Deep arm drag by Dralistico. Wait, we might have a ring out here. We do! We do! The Kings of the District lose by countout. What a heartbreaking way to lose a match. But Los Hermanos Lee are your winners, and we'll move on to a showdown against either Gallows and Anderson or Pretty Empowered. Very frustrating way for this tournament to come to an end for the Kings of the District. And despite not putting together their best effort, Los Hermanos Lee, still a well-oiled machine, still one of the best tag teams in the world, despite the fact that they're no longer a team because one of them signed to WWE. But they've come together for the tournament, and they just barely squeak past the Kings of the District by count out. Very frustrating for the Kings, but Hermanos Lee are moving on. They will join the Philly Marino Experience, who upset the Outfielders in our opener. TME and Hermanos Lee are our first two winners. We've still got 8 more big matches still to come, including our next match featuring a team that, much like Hermanos Lee, is separated by brand. They are no longer both employed by the same company. Their opponents they're both members of the roster of DDT Pro Wrestling in Japan. That's Harashima and Naomi Yoshimura. They make up the team of Disaster Box, and they will be taking on the team of the IWGP Women's Champion Mercedes Mone and the Glow Naomi. The winners of this will face the winners between Toxic Attraction and the Motor City Machine Guns later on tonight. So lots of big names in the tag team division here in Pro Wrestling Simulated. And out first, here comes Disaster Box. They are the number 83 seed in our tournament. They are the last team remaining representing DDT Pro Wrestling, a promotion that's gone 1-1 so far. They don't currently hold any titles. They have been a team in some form or another since August 25th, 2018. Harashima was part of the 500, losing to Mike Bennett in round 1. And this duo upset the Twin Towers in round 1 to get here. And here comes one of 28 teams that had a bye in the first round. The duo of Naomi leading the way. Mercedes Mone behind her. Mercedes, again, the IWGP Women's Champion, having just won the title 23 days ago. That's not true. I can't count. It was 33 days ago. And the first time they ever teamed was way back in FCW in 2013. These two know each other very, very well. Both participated in our women's tournament, the 150. Mercedes beat Anna J.A.S. in round 1 before losing to Marty Bell in round 2. Naomi lost to Miyu Watanabe in round 1. So we got Mercedes Mone starting the match in there against Harashima. She's 5'5", 114 pounds. Harashima 5'10", 198. So a decided size advantage for both members of Disaster Box, but especially for Naomi Yoshimura, who's 5'11", 275. A combined 27 years pro by Disaster Box, 25 for Monet and Naomi. Now, the largest percentage of all of that is Harashima, who is a 21-year pro, been around forever. But so far, Monet and Naomi holding their own. I mean, they are the odds-on favorites. They're the higher seed. They spent most of the evaluation period for Pro Wrestling Illustrated's list of the top 100 tag teams as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, hence their top 20 seed in our tournament. But as we know, Mercedes Mone no longer under contract to WWE, plying her trade in Japan now. And Naomi still very much in limbo. Word on the street is her contract is up and she is out of WWE. But as of earlier today, my friend Connor Casey over at comicbook.com reported she is still on the WWE roster page. So make of that what you will. Right now, Naomi Yoshimura is controlling Naomi. So that's kind of a fun little thing I didn't notice until just now. There are two Naomis in the match. And another tag. In comes Harashima. And they're going to double power bomb the Glow. And Yoshimura with a double axe handle to Mone's back. Ooh, Harashima tried to take her head off with a kick, but she dodged it. A legit boss with a big slam. Spinning toe hold. Jumps up for a Rana, turned into a power bomb by Harashima, but she's able to kick out. Bank statement! She rolls him into the bank statement, but it's much too early to get a submission. Harashima able to escape. Thank you, 5. We are 5 minutes into our third of 10 matches tonight. We are already 36 minutes into the show. These Fire Pro Tag matches go a long time, in case you haven't noticed from the first 2 matches, taking over a combined half hour. Mone goes for the drop kick. Yoshimura dodges it, but doesn't dodge that deep arm drag. And now Mone scooping him up. I thought she might have been going for a suplex. Instead, turned it into a body slam. Then a little spinning toe hold, and then a tag made. In comes Naomi. Double drop kick by Mone and Naomi. Now Yoshimura kicks both women down. It's Naomi against Naomi, and Yoshimura sends the Glow flying. Now into the rear chin lock. Almost a sleeper hold, but he doesn't quite have the arms connected. Big forearm by Naomi. And a step up Enziguri off the ropes. Running small package by Naomi. Very unorthodox pin. Double tags. Harashima and Mone are now the legal participants. Again, the winners of this will face either Toxic Attraction or the Motor City Machine Guns later on this evening. Mone sent into the corner by Harashima. Went to charge in, but Mone moved. Big neck breaker. Kick to the head by Harashima as we pass the 8-minute mark. And sends Mone to the floor. Referee begins his count. Only gets up to 2 before Mone returns to the ring. Series of forearms. And a shotgun drop kick, and down goes Harashima. Testing each other out with low kicks here. Series of forearms by Mone. And in comes Naomi. Naomi. Reverse DDT. Shades of Sting. And then a baseball slide drop kick to the face by Mercedes. Harashima is going to make the tag, and in comes Yoshimura. Harashima with a series of kicks here on Naomi, taking her down. Yoshimura gets caught with an Enziguri. Now past the 10-minute mark of this match. Oh my god, pendulum neck breaker, I guess you'd call it. I don't really know. It was a sort of a sidewalk slam, but he started in a vertical suplex. 2. Naomi almost gets the shock pin there on Yoshimura. Tag made, and in comes Mercedes Mone. Enziguri by Naomi. Mone goes for the pin. Harashima not able to get there in time, but Yoshimura was able to kick out without the assistance. And a big choke slam by Yoshimura. And a spear, cutting Mone in half. And now a power bomb. Holy cow, what a string of moves here by Naomi Yoshimura. Oh, by God, stunner. Out of nowhere, Mercedes snaps off a stunner. to stop Naomi Yoshimura's momentum in its tracks. Yoshimura taking Mone for a walk to his corner. Tag made, and in comes Hiroshima. Another stunner by Sasha. I'm sorry, Mercedes. And Mercedes tags in Naomi. Kicks to the midsection by Hiroshima. And a double drop kick from Monet and Naomi. Monaomi? Nao Monet? I don't know. We'll come up with something. A big running kick to the face. Not quite a shining wizard, but it was like a sparkly wizard. It was shiny adjacent by Naomi. Smart veteran move there, putting her body between Hiroshima and Yoshimura, preventing the tag. Now going up to the middle turnbuckle with it. No! Pop-up reverse into a Rana. Nicely done by Hiroshima, followed by a poison Rana. And a PK. A series of brutal moves to the head and neck and spine of Naomi. The double tags here. Naomi and Yoshimura are now the legal participants. Back out stunner. And a big choke slam by Yoshimura. And Monet with that running clothesline takes him down. Yoshimura struggling to catch his breath. That was quite a flurry of offense from both participants there as we pass the 15-minute mark. High back body drop. Well, as high as Monet can get you. Big frog splash, shades of her favorite wrestler growing up, Eddie Guerrero. Off the ropes, high backdrop. And she's going to hit the ropes again. Float over DDT, shades of The Rock. But Yoshimura shuts her down with another powerbomb. Off the ropes, and then just plows her over. Again, keep in mind that Yoshimura is 161 pounds heavier than Martinez. He is bigger. The difference in their weight is bigger than Naomi is. Again, Zagiri there by Naomi. Hiroshima scoops and slams. Rolls her over, rolls her back. Not sure what the plan was there, but a PK to the spine. Rolls her over again. And another enziguri by Naomi. And now Hiroshima has her up. Dominator! Doesn't go for the pin, though. Just continuing to stomp on Naomi. As we pass the 18-minute mark here. Big kick to the ribs there by Hiroshima. And then that step-up enziguri. For a drop kick to the knee. Naomi dodged it. She's dragged over into the disaster box corner. And in comes Yoshimura again. Poison Rana by Hiroshima. Tag made, in comes Monet. But Yoshimura kicks both women down. And then a big overhead belly-to-belly throw on Monet. Sends her off the ropes. But Monet's so fast, she caught up to him. And they both collide and go down. Trading strikes now. Chops by Yoshimura. Punches by Mercedes Mone. And a big roundhouse kick by Mercedes. Goes from his feet. Hits the ropes. What's she going for here? Another float over DDT. From behind. Just pulls him down by the hair. Now hitting the ropes. PK to the chest. Tag made it. In comes Naomi. In comes Hiroshima. And Disaster Box is going to double powerbomb Naomi down. Monet with a drop kick to Yoshimura's knee. And then a Shining Wizard. Poison Rana by Hiroshima on Naomi. Oh, but then a Rana of her own. And tag made, and in comes Mercedes Mone. And now they're going to hit a double power bomb of their own, taking Hiroshima down. Oh, but an arm drag there by Hiroshima, preventing whatever it was that Mone was planning to do from behind. Kick to the inside of her leg. Side headlock and a bulldog by Mercedes. Sent off the ropes, and Hiroshima meets her with a kick to the chest. Got her up on his shoulders. Elevated lung blower. What? Somehow, I didn't see how, but I guess she reversed it because Mone was first to her feet. And now a pair of kicks for both members of Disaster Box off the top rope, double knees. But Yoshimura, I think, did tag in at some point during that exchange. I guess Mercedes knew it, hits him with a side Russian leg sweep. Sent off the ropes. Massive lariat by Yoshimura. 1, 2, 0.9. Naomi makes the save. That was as close as it gets. Disaster Box very nearly picked up the win. Naomi saved the tournament for her team. And Yoshimura just drills Mone with a pile driver. Now off the ropes, another lariat, perhaps? Yes. I guess he's not satisfied with that one, though. Double axe handle to the back. Is he going to hit the ropes for another lariat? No, come on. Rolls her over into a half crab. Referee checking on Mercedes Mone. Naomi breaks up the hold to save the match. We're past 25 minutes now. And keep in mind, the winners of this match have to wrestle again later tonight. This match has been bananas since the start. I am loving it. Off the ropes goes Hiroshima. Big arm drag by Naomi. Mercedes went to the top rope, thought better of it. Realized Naomi is the legal woman in the match, so let her cook. Spinning heel kick by Hiroshima, and Naomi is down. Falcon Arrow, he hit her with the deal. 2, 3. And Disaster Box has pulled off the huge upset. Mercedes Mone and Naomi go down in round 2. The number 83 seed Disaster Box moving on. The round of 32. Can't type Disaster Box. There we go. %94 for that one. Hiroshima with the Falcon Arrow on Naomi for the win. Rough end to the tournament for Mone and Naomi, but Disaster Box moves on to a showdown with either Toxic Attraction or the Motor City Machine Guns. Still to come on this show. We are, I guess, 30% of the way through the show here. That was our third of 10 matches. Looks like we're averaging about 16 minutes a match, so 160 minutes plus a 5-minute intermission. Yeah, we're looking at about a 2-hour, 45-minute stream tonight, probably, all told. So hope you got a refreshing beverage. If not, hope you've got one close enough to where when we take our 5-minute intermission here in a little bit, you can go get one and be right back to join us. But for now, we have got Pretty Empowered from the National Wrestling Association, National Wrestling Alliance. I don't know why I keep wanting to say association. I know that's not right. Ella Envy and Kenzie Page, both my creations. That's why neither of them look that great. The Kenzie looks a little better, I think. But yeah, not my best work. But again, I am not good. And they will be in there against... Where are they? I know I changed the name of the team. There we go. They're in there as the club. But currently they're just wrestling as Gallows and Anderson. So it's Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson taking on, they're the number 7 seeds, taking on number 71, Pretty Empowered. And the winners will face Los Hermanos Lee, the number 26 seeds, later on in this episode. Of course, Hermanos Lee beat Kings of the District by countout earlier tonight. The first countout finish in season 2. Here comes Pretty Empowered, the number 71 seeds in our tournament. They upset Dean Brady and Delta back in round one. Paige is the current New South Pro Wrestling champion. Got to see her defend that title a month or so ago in a banger of a match against Billy Starks. I believe Ella was ringside for that match. I don't remember for sure. But here come Gallows and Anderson. Of course, as the, number 7 seeds in a 100-team tournament, they got a first round bye. So this is the first time we've seen them in this tournament. It is not the first time we've seen them on PWS, though. They were both in the 500. Gallows lost in the first round to the one called Manders. Anderson lost in the first round to Atlantis Jr. Long history of appearances on the PWI lists for both Gallows and Anderson. And I'm pretty, I know I messed that up. I'm pretty sure they've been teaming for 10 years. I accidentally had it as they started teaming in November of 2023, which I know is inaccurate. I think that was supposed to be 2013. So the NWA, Pretty Empowered representing the NWA. They are the last team from the NWA remaining. The promotion has gone 2-4 thus far in the tournament. Gallows and Anderson, back in the WWE. There are 5 WWE teams remaining in the tournament, and they have gone 11-9 thus far in the 100. When it's all said and done, there will be only one team remaining standing. That team will be the first ever World Simu-Tag champions. We have our first ever World Simu-Weight champion. That was the winner of our Season 1 tournament, Royce Chambers. He will be defending the title at WreSIMania on April 2nd when he defends against the winner of a Royal Rumble, which will happen earlier on in that same show. So somebody is going to have to win a Royal Rumble and then win a singles match against the world champion. So a steep hill to climb, but it also means that Chambers is going to be facing a very hungry opponent. We determined the top the 30 wrestlers in the Rumble based on the 29 highest ranked wrestlers on the 2022 PWI 500 that were not on the 2021 list. The 2021 list was how we determined who is going to be in the 500. So we've got the top 29 wrestlers from the 2022 list that weren't on the 2021 list. And the 30th spot is being filled by Masaaki Mochizuki, who participated in the 500 and was never beaten. He and Miro fought to a double countout in their match. And then rather than have an immediate rematch, we instead, the winner of that match was supposed to face El Desperado. So we just turned that into a triple threat. Miro against El Desperado against Masaaki Mochizuki. And in that match, Miro got Desperado to submit. Mochizuki was never pinned. He never submitted. He was never disqualified. He was counted out, but he was counted out with Miro. So he didn't lose either of the matches he was in. So he has also qualified for the Royal Rumble and will be given the number 30 spot. Which, if you know anything about how 2K Rumbles work out, that's a really good spot to be in for Masaaki Mochizuki. Other big stars that'll be in that Rumble, we'll see Sting, CM Punk, Edge, Jimmy Uso, Austin Theory, Hechicero, Speedball Mike Bailey. Just tons of big names that were on the 22 list that didn't make the 2021 list for whatever reason. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that match. I'm excited for all of WreSIMania, but we have spots still to fill on that. This is our 4th of 10 matches tonight. The last 4 matches on our show will decide the last 4 spots in the round of 16. Those matches will take place this Tuesday night. That is March 28th. The winners, there'll be 12 matches that night. 4 teams will come out of that show as the semifinalists and will go on to WreSIMania. So WreSIMania will have the semis. Magic Killer! Come on, Gallows Anderson just hit the Magic Killer on Kenzie Page. And then a big kick by Gallows. And another big kick by Gallows. And another big kick by Gallows. Just trying to take Kenzie's head off. Swung and missed with that clothesline, though. Might have given Paige the opportunity she needs. Tilt-a-whirl head scissor. Head scissor. Shotgun basement drop kick. Tag made, and in comes Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Kenzie sends him off the ropes. Tag made, and in comes Ella Envy. Kicks to both from Anderson. A big punch from Anderson. Envy wanted something in the corner there, but he wasn't about to let it happen there. Huge running kick by Anderson. Go behind. High angle backdrop suplex. He took her way up for that. A jawbreaker there by Ella Envy. Carl puts her up on the top turnbuckle. Follows her up. Big forearm, and down goes Machine Gun. Ella Envy went for a diving elbow drop, but Anderson moved out of the way and just sends Envy tumbling to the floor. 2, 3. Oh, Anderson has Kenzie up for a Death Valley driver. Just dropping her right on her head. Tag made, in comes Luke Gallows. And it's time for the Magic Killer again. Hit it on Envy this time. And again, another Magic Killer. Gallows goes for the pin. 1, 2. Then it's broken up by Kenzie Page. I think that would have done it. Would have been by far our shortest match tonight. But, I mean, who can take... Oh, my God. Huge flapjack. Nicely done by Gallows. It was like a 3D, except there was nobody to give her a cutter on the other end. So she just face planted on her own. Jawbreaker. And in comes Kenzie Page, the New South champion. Guys, have you ever seen the New South heavyweight title? I had seen pictures of it and knew it was large, but seeing it in person, holy cow, that's a big old belt. Yeah, it's especially on somebody as petite as Kenzie Page is. Man, it's a very, very large belt. Page stomping on Anderson's spine. Now going for a snap suplex. Drags him away from the ropes. She doesn't want that rope break if she went for a pin or submission. Takes him down with a clothesline. But Anderson blocked whatever she was going for. High brain buster. Just vertically sheer dropped her on the top of her head. Anderson and Page are the legal participants, but it's turned into a Pier 6 Donnybrook here on the floor. Oh, elevated neck breaker by Gallows and Anderson. The Good Brothers, the club, the OC, Gallows and Anderson, call them whatever you want to call them, but they are in firm control here. Massive power slam by Machine Gun. Tag made, and in comes the corn-fed Colossus, Luke Gallows. And it's time for the Magic Killer again. Gallows indicating it's over. Dragging her toward the ropes. Unorthodox choice. Oh, he just wanted a super kicker. Gallows, 6'8", 290 pounds. One of the biggest men in mainstream wrestling. Kenzie is not 6'8", 290. Neither is Ella Envy. Double choke bomb there on Ella, who did tag in during that exchange in the corner. And now Gallows just bounces her head off the top turnbuckle. Knee to the back. Envy now in control, just slapping Gallows in the face. I think she went for a cross body, but Gallows ducked it, and she crashed and burned. Machine Gun is in now. Envy kicks both away. I think they were probably trying for another Magic Killer, but she wasn't about to let that happen. And a noogie punch there. Roll through by Anderson. 2, 3, and that does it. Gallows and Anderson have advanced. They will now face Los Hermanos Lee later on in this episode. This tournament has not been kind to high seeds, as we saw with number 19, Mercedes Mone and Naomi falling earlier. But the number 7 seed, Gallows and Anderson, do pick up the win here over Pretty Empowered. The number 71 seeds. Bracket updated here. I have too many tabs open. Anderson, roll up pin, Envy. And that does it for Pretty Empowered. So I got 6 big matches tonight. We're about to find out who's going to be facing Disaster Box later on in the show. We've got a team that I believe just today, it was possibly yesterday, announced that they have re-signed with Impact Wrestling. They had become free agents, and there was some speculation that they, may go elsewhere. They're certainly an in-demand tag team. But Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns, are staying at home in Impact. They will be taking a team that has split up and is in fact feuding with each other now in NXT 2.0. But when the list was made, Toxic Attraction was still very much a thing. So Gigi Dolan and JC Jane will team up for possibly the last time here against the Motor City Machine Guns. Disaster Box awaits the winners. So, yeah, you see they're the strong open weight tag team champions. They are also the... I'm sorry, I take that back. They are not the Impact Tag Champions anymore. Shelley is currently the Prestige Wrestling Champion and the Wrestling Revolver PWR Remix Champion. They have been a team. They just celebrated their 20th anniversary 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, Toxic Attraction, no longer a team, but they did start teaming on my 39th birthday, August 23rd, 2021. Sabin was in the 500. He lost to Toru Sugiura in the first round. Gigi and JC are both in the 150, our women's tournament. Dolan lost in the first round to Natalia. Jane beat Kylin King in round 1 and Kanji in round 2 and is still in the tournament. We will see her. I believe she's going to be in action on Sunday as round 3 of that tournament kicks off. She is. She will actually be facing Natalia, trying to avenge, Gigi's loss. And then the winner of that match will face the winner between Jamie Hayter and Layla Gray. So we are guaranteed at least one WWE versus AEW match on that show. So that'll be fun. Did mention that Sabin was part of the 500, but Shelley was not. Shelley is one of the 30 men who will be participating in that Royal Rumble, having bounced back to number 70 on the 2022 list. So he will be part of that Rumble, vying for a shot at Royce Chambers in the main event. Shelley working over Gigi Dolan. There's Gigi, formerly known as Priscilla Kelly, appeared on a couple early AEW shows. There was sort of an acrimonious split between her and her ex, Darby Allin, who is still in AEW. And so Gigi, sought her fortunes elsewhere. Got signed by WWE, and here she is participating in the 100. Getting a first round bye even. Nice Rana there by Shelley. But a snapmare by Gigi, tag made. So far, Toxic Attraction working pretty well as a unit, despite, generally hating each other. Double suplex on Shelley. Trading forearms are Shelley and JC Jane. Jane hits the big one, and Shelley goes down. Stomp to the midsection. And an arm drag by Shelley. Tag made, and Sabin comes back in. Hail Sabin. Double jumping Geary there by the Motor City Machine Guns. You know, I got to root for my fellow Michiganders, but I also need to point out that Shelley going for the pin when he wasn't the legal man was just kind of dumb. We're 5 minutes in. Snapmare there by JC Jane. And the winners of this match will face Los Hermanos Lee in the third round of our tournament, a match that will take place later on in this very stream. The winners of that match will move on to the final 16 of our tournament, which means we will be seeing them again on, I believe, next Thursday. Sorry, the days are starting to run together. The 28th, that's Tuesday. Round 4 and 5 of the tournament will take place on Tuesday, with the 4 teams that escaped that show all advancing to WreSIMania. Dolan sent off the ropes. Big running forearm by is that Sabin or is that Shelley? I've lost track. I think that's Shelley. It's Shelley. Snapmare takeover by Dolan. A big forearm. And a suplex. Nicely done. Shelley with a spinning toe hold. Didn't go all the way into it. Gets snapmared by Dolan. Tag made, and JC Jane is back in. And Dolan snaps, suplexes Sabin down. Go behind. Nope. Arm drag. And a kick to the spine by JC. And a scoop and a slam. Go behind. Oh, implant buster, glam slam, call it what you want. It dropped him right on his face. Save made. Go for a pin of his own. And a big DDT by JC Jane. And an Enziguri shuts her down. La Magistral, 1 count only as JC kicks out. Toxic Attraction, the number 14 seeds here. Motor City Machine Guns are number 51. I note, JC escapes. And a big kick by Sabin. Sabin, I believe it's Sabin. I have lost complete track of which one of the Motor City Machine Guns is which. Their character models are both... this time it's not my fault. They're very similar looking, but I think Sabin is the one with the facial hair. Nice kick to the back of the head. And La Magistral. 1, 2. Dolan wasn't able to get there in time, but it's okay because JC Jane was able to kick out. Rolls through into another pin. GG breaks that one up at 1. Air raid crash. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. I can't tell if Dolan broke that up or if JC kicked out. But either way, Toxic Attraction continues to live to fight another day. Swinging neck breaker by JC. And we got a double tag. In comes Gigi Dolan. In comes the man who I think is Alex Shelley. Shelley with a Rana on Dolan. Well, sorry, folks. I thought I had muted my microphone in time, but I apparently didn't. Snap suplex. I had hibachi for dinner. It was delicious. Airplane spin into a power bomb. Gorgeous move there by Shelley, question mark. Now sent to the floor. Taking a second to catch his breath on the floor. Runs the ropes. Baseball slide drop kick to Gigi. Now exchanging forearms here. Those big chicken wing elbows. And a big spinning kick. And a super kick by Shelley. Gigi Dolan is down. Rear chin lock applied. Sabin cuts off JC, but JC with that glam slam. Possibly a miscommunication there by Toxic Attraction as Gigi sent Shelley into JC and then wound up eating that spinning power bomb. But she's able to kick out at 2.9. Very near fall there. Dragon suplex there. Nicely done by Shelley. Sabin tags in, as does Jane. Dolan kicks both machine guns down. Side Russian leg sweep into a sort of octopus stretch here. Nicely done by Gigi Dolan. Of course, she is not the legal woman in this match. JC Jane is. Sends Sabin off and hits him in the face with a big pump kick boot. One. But Shelley's right there to break it up. On a straight jacket brainbuster by Sabin on Dolan. But he gets cut in half by a JC Jane spear. Pele kick. And both participants are down as we pass the 16-minute mark. Tag made. In comes Alex Shelley. The student of the game, Alex Shelley, in there now. Shell shock. 2, 3. And the Motor City Machine Guns are moving on. It's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns against Disaster Box later on tonight. Huge win for Shelley and Sabin. Toxic Attraction, the latest high seed to fall. Got here 78% on this one. AC Jane falls to the Hail Sabin. Toxic Attraction worked well together as a team, considering they hate each other now. But that was it for them. They've been eliminated from the tournament. They're no longer going to be forced to team up. They can move on to battle each other until the end of time. We know now officially, once we come back from our intermission, the first match back is going to be the Motor City Machine Guns against Disaster Box as the number 51 and 83 seeds go at it. It's not possible for any other combination of seeds to be lower than that. We know the second match back is going to be Violence is Forever, the number 10 seed. They will face the Philly Marino Experience. It'll be number 10. I'm sorry. It's not going to be Violence is Forever. It's going to be the Briscoe Brothers. Jay and Mark Briscoe, the number 3 seed, against number 99, the Philly Marino Experience. And now we still don't know which match will be third and which will be the main event. That will be determined by who wins our next match. Hooray for math. Here we go. It is the last second round match in the 100 as we get a look at Z-Brats, Diamante, and Shun Skywalker as they take on one of my favorite named teams, and I just find both of these women delightful. The Magical Sugar Rabbits, Mizuki and Yuka Sakazaki. Let's head down to ringside to find who will be the last team to qualify for the round of 32 in the largest simulated tag team wrestling tournament of all time. Who is going to face Violence is Forever later on in this episode? We are about to find out. So that's Skywalker in the green, Diamante in the black and gold. They got the Z-Brats logo there. They are representing Dragon Gate Pro Wrestling. They're the last Dragon Gate team remaining. Promotion has gone 1-2 in this tournament, and they beat the Best Bros back in round 1 in a match that got 100% quality rating. Now, the Magical Sugar Rabbits, an unusual duo in many regards, but they technically call Tokyo Joshi Pro their home. That is Mizuki's home. Let's just enjoy this for a second. That's delightful. Mizuki. So Mizuki wrestles pretty much full-time for Tokyo Pro. Sakazaki does as well for the most part. She is the current Princess of Princess Champions there. But she is also under contract to All Elite Wrestling. But we don't see her in AEW much. She is primarily based in Japan, primarily working for Tokyo Joshi Pro and teaming with Mizuki. So they're the number 23 seeds. They had a first round bye. This is our first time getting a look at them in this tournament. However, both women participated in the 150. Mizuki lost in the first round to Mandy Rose. We did see Sakazaki in action on our most recent episode, where she beat Allison Kay in round 1 with her Maho Shoujo Splash, but lost in the main event of that episode to Meiko Satomura to eliminate her from the 150. So the last chance for gold for either of the Magical Sugar Rabbits here in PWS is right here in the 100. Currently it is Yuka Sakazaki working with Shun Skywalker, who's got her up in a surfboard stretch. Crowd not crazy about that. Double tags made. Diamante and Mizuki both back in. Mizuki drop kicks Skywalker in the back of the head, but then gets hip tossed and then rolled right over into a scorpion deathlock by Diamante. But Mizuki able to escape. Backbreaker, and it's almost more of a rib breaker there by Diamante. Mizuki dodges the drop kick. Comes back with an arm wringer. They're kind of circling each other, looking for an advantage here. Mizuki sent off the ropes. Rolled up by Diamante. Too close to the ropes. There will be no count on that pin. Kick to the midsection by Mizuki. Sends him into the corner. Tag made. In comes Yuka Sakazaki. Double drop kick by the Magical Sugar Rabbits. And another tag made, and in comes Shun Skywalker. They are current. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong team. Skywalker is currently the Open the Dream Gate champion in Dragon Gate. He's also a former MLW middleweight champion. Had some success here in the States, late 2022, early 2023. But home for him is Dragon Gate and teaming with Diamante. We do have a couple of singles champions in there right now in the form of Sakazaki and Skywalker, trading forearms back and forth here on the logo. And Sakazaki actually comes out on top of that and makes the tag. In comes Mizuki. Tag made. In comes Diamante. And Diamante with another one of those rib breakers on Mizuki. And a big clothesline. Tries to take her head off. And then a low stomp. And now trading forearms between these two. And the final shot by Mizuki takes Diamante down. Tags Sakazaki back in. Big drop kick by Mizuki sends Diamante flying. Sakazaki went up top, but Mizuki continued her assault. So Sakazaki hopped right back down. Eats a drop kick to the back of the head by Shun Skywalker. Skywalker with a camel clutch. I think it's too early for that. Sakazaki's able to escape right about the 8-minute mark. And then a DDT right on the top of the head. Spinning toe hold working over the knee and ankle of Skywalker. But Skywalker now to the top rope. Diving double knee. But then he gets DDT'd. And the magical girl, Yuka Sakazaki, right back on top. Basement shotgun drop kick. Twisting arm drag by Sakazaki. Skywalker's got her hooked in that front face lock. Now back to the top rope again, and another double knee, this time to the back. Tag made. In comes Diamante. But Sakazaki's able to tag in Mizuki and kick both members of Z-Brats down. Mizuki and Diamante are the legal participants here. Go behind by Diamante and a double axe handle to the back of the head on Mizuki. He hits the ropes. Not sure what he was going for, but Mizuki got to her feet and Diamante slammed on the brakes. Eats an elbow to the back of the head, though. Whoop. Not sure what Mizuki was going for there. She's sent off the ropes. Big power slam by Diamante. And a running elbow drop. Pair of tags. Shun Skywalker and Yuka Sakazaki back in. Oh, massive electric chair drop by Diamante on Mizuki. Neither of them are legal, but that's going to leave a mark. Sakazaki scoops and slams Skywalker down. Not sure what she was going for there, but Skywalker caught her in a front face lock. And then a stomp to the back of the head. Now back into that surfboard. Just stretching out the spine of Yuka Sakazaki. Mizuki able to make the save. Drop kicks Diamante down. Sakazaki snaps suplex. Nope, rolls through. And another. So 3 amigos. And Sakazaki with a little dance there to the top rope. Changed her mind when she saw Skywalker getting to his feet. And again, that rolling arm drag. Skywalker makes the tag. Diamante is now legal. Camel clutch by Skywalker. That's not legal. I mean, it's legal. It's a legal hold, but even if Sakazaki submitted, it wouldn't count because Skywalker's not legal. Tag made, and in comes Mizuki. Mizuki and Diamante are your legal participants. Diamante with a gut buster. Heading to the top rope. 450. 1. But Sakazaki's right there, and she breaks it up. Hits the ropes. Diving elbow. Beautiful move by the magical girl. Now it's Mizuki off the ropes and a running double stomp. Sent off the ropes. Go behind. Standing switch. And Diamante with a northern lariat to the back of Mizuki's head. Now he's got her back up in an electric chair drop. Off the ropes. Elbow drop to the back. Mizuki manages to make her way to the corner, make the tag, as does Diamante. So Sakazaki and Shun Skywalker are the legal participants now as we pass the 15-minute mark. Skywalker and Sakazaki. Flatliner by Sakazaki, who heads up top. Diving Rana. On a Falcon Arrow. That's the second time we've seen one of those tonight. First time it ended the match. This time Mizuki was there and able to stop Skywalker from pinning Yuka Sakazaki. Easy enough for me to say. Skywalker with a huge moonsault across Sakazaki's back. Drags her away from the ropes. Rolls her over. Jackknife pin. 1, 2, 0.9. Sakazaki kicks out. And a destroyer by Mizuki on Skywalker. Skywalker and Mizuki both, Skywalker and Sakazaki both down. Sakazaki now sends him into the corner. What is she going? She's going for a tiger feint kick. Off the ropes. Nails him right in the face with it. Double tags. Mizuki and Diamante are both back in. Diamante off the ropes. Big kick to the back of the head. Rolls through. A variation on the ghetto clutch there, but save made by Yuka Sakazaki. Oh, that sliding forearm right to the face. Too close to the ropes, though. No count from the referee. Trading forearms back and forth are Mizuki and Diamante. And a big drop kick. Sorry, I need a little water. Could feel my voice going there. Tag made, and in comes Shun Skywalker. Skywalker's got Mizuki up. Another Falcon Arrow, but he did it right in front of Yuka Sakazaki, who breaks up the pin at 1. Not great strategy there by Z-Brats. Skywalker probably should have done that much closer to his own corner. Step up Enziguri there. Now taking Mizuki for a walk over toward the Z-Brats corner. And a drop kick to the back of her head. We've now passed 20 minutes here. and a side suplex. Oh, Mizuki rolls through, essentially landing on her feet. But a snowplow from Skywalker and a standing moonsault. 1, 2, 3, and Z-Brats are the winners. Tonight has not gone well for teams made up of women or intergender teams. The Outfielders, the Kings of the District, Mercedes Mone and Naomi, Pretty Empowered, and Toxic Attraction have all lost. Folks, I promise the higher seeds have higher stats. I went through and made sure of it. But Skywalker with the Ashla on Mizuki to pick up the win advances the Z-Brats to round number 3. So far, we have seen the Philly Marino Experience beat the Outfielders. Hermanos Lee beat Kings of the District. Disaster Box beat Mercedes Mone and Naomi. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows beat Pretty Empowered. The Motor City Machine Guns beat Toxic Attraction. And as you can see there on the screen, Z-Brats just knocked off the Magical Sugar Rabbits. When we come back from this 5-minute intermission we're about to take, it'll be Motor City Machine Guns against Disaster Box. The Briscoe Brothers against the Philly Marino Experience. Z-Brats will take on Violence is Forever. And in our main event, the OC, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows will take on Los Hermanos Lee. The winners of those 4 matches are going on to the round of 16. We will see them again on Tuesday, hoping to qualify for WreSIMania. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a little 5-minute break. And when we come back, the show rolls on. All right, welcome back. We have 4 more matches tonight, and we have 4 more spots in the round of 16 in the largest simulated tag team tournament in wrestling history. As mentioned at the top of the show, we know the Usos, the Lucha Bros, our K-Bro, Aussie Open, Street Profits, Swerve in Our Glory, The Kingdom, Las Chicas Indomables, Rot und Flot, Atrapasueños, The Butcher and the Blade, and the Bollywood Boys have all clinched spots in the round of 16. And before the night is through, we will know the other 4 teams that will join them. One of the teams will be either the team we just saw make their entrance, Disaster Box, Hiroshima and Naomi Yoshimura, or it'll be the team of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns, fellow Michiganders. Big fan of these guys, have been for years, but I also like Disaster Box, so I'm going to be happy either way. The winners of this match will go on to episode 8 of this series. That episode is going to happen Tuesday night right here at twitch.tv/Pro Wrestling Simulated, YouTube as PWS Online, and the Pro Wrestling Simulated Facebook page. We'll be live on all 3. And on that show, the winners of this match will face either the Briscoe Brothers or the Philly Marino Experience for a spot in the quarterfinals. But first, they've got to get through each other, and it is Chris Sabin and Hiroshima starting things off here. The Motor City Machine Guns pulled off the upset earlier. They are the number 51 seeds. They beat number 14 Toxic Attraction earlier, while number 83 Disaster Box beat number 19 Mercedes Mone and Naomi. So both teams have pulled off one upset tonight. Does Disaster Box have another in them, or is tonight the Motor City Machine Guns night? Off the ropes, tilt-a-whirl head scissor by Shelley, and Hiroshima goes down, but makes the tag, and in comes Naomi Yoshimura. Kicks to both from Shelley, drags Hiroshima away from the ropes, spinning toe hold. Big clubbing blow to the back by Yoshimura. Leg sweep by Yoshimura. And a high belly to belly. We saw him throwing Monet and Naomi around with that earlier. Shelley, a slightly bigger target, but still no problem for the 275-pounder. Tag made, in comes Alex Shelley. Doesn't matter, Yoshimura will kick him too. Sends Sabin off the ropes, but now Shelley sends Yoshimura into the corner. And Yoshimura sends Sabin into the corner. Both go for chops. I think they both hit. But a boot to the midsection from Yoshimura, followed by an elbow drop. Dragging Yoshimura over to the corner. Now sending him over into the Machine Guns corner. Swings and misses on the chop. And the tag is made. Hiroshima is back in. Scoop and a slam. And an elbow drop by Yoshimura. Nice tag team continuity here from Disaster Box. Trading strikes now are Chris Sabin and Hiroshima. Sabin gets the advantage with that big chop. Thank you, 5. We're 5 minutes in to our anti-penultimate. Oh, God, what is Hiroshima doing? Rompe de Destino on Sabin. Then a double drop kick. Oh, but Sabin with an arm drag takes Yoshimura down, hooks the leg. Doesn't even get a 1 count before Yoshimura kicks out. Tag made, in comes Alex Shelley. And again, Yoshimura just kicks them both down. He doesn't care who you are. He is just here to kick ass. Big elbow drop there across the chest of Shelley. And he's sent to the floor. 1 count, and he immediately rolls right back in. And another scoop and a slam, throwing Shelley down. Drop toe hold and an elbow to the back of the head. Shelley now taking control. And an arm drag. Drags Yoshimura away from the ropes. Up to his feet. Yoshimura sends him off and rolls him over with a shoulder block. Drops an elbow. Makes the tag, and Hiroshima comes back in. Yoshimura reverses the whip, sending Shelley into his own corner. Now it's Shelley's turn to do the double kick, taking down both members of Disaster Box. Folks, so the action is fast and furious here. It is hard to keep up with. I'm doing my best. Big pump kick to the face by Alex Shelley. Step up enziguri attempt there by Hiroshima. Oh, he's going for I thought he might have been going for a water wheel suplex. I'm not entirely sure what that was, but an enziguri there by Sabin takes Hiroshima down. And another arm drag. We've seen a lot of arm drags tonight. Sabin off the ropes. Big flying forearm. Maybe not quite phenomenal, but it was quite good. Tag made, and in comes Naomi Yoshimura. Leg sweep. Drop toe hold. DDT. Those are flying fast and fierce here. Rear chin lock by Yoshimura, but Sabin's able to get out of it. Hits a thrust kick and a chop, but Yoshimura does not go down. Tag made, and Shelley is in, and they both get kicked again. When in doubt, right? Oh, he's going for a choke slam, but Shelley turned it into an arm drag. And a drop kick to the back of the head as we pass the 10-minute mark. Yoshimura shuts him down with that double axe handle to the back. Shelley went for the kick. Yoshimura dodged. Yoshimura went for a kick. Shelley dodged. Tag made it. In comes Hiroshima. Both take kicks from Shelley. Hiroshima went for a step-up enziguri, but nobody was home. Now he's sent off the ropes. Runs right into a big boot from Alex Shelley. Shelley off the ropes. And another big boot right to the back of Hiroshima's head. And a kick to the face by Shelley. Sabin with that spinning toe hold. Oh, but now he's sent off. Spinning heel kick by Hiroshima. Catches him right in the face. Tag made. In comes Naomi Yoshimura. Dragon screw leg whip by Sabin. Yoshimura catches him in a side headlock. Trying to rip his head off his neck. Gonna charge into the corner with a big clothesline. But Sabin comes out with an enziguri, and both men are down. Gotta love the double down spot. Trading chops back and forth. Yoshimura getting a little more force behind his, but Sabin does win the chop battle. He's the last man standing. And a jumping reverse STO, I guess you could call it. It was sort of like a flatliner. Sort of like the play of the day, MVP's old finish. But then a super kick takes Yoshimura down. Tag made, and in comes Alex Shelley. Moonsault kick by Sabin. And a big clubbing forearm by Yoshimura. Double powerbomb coming, and down goes Shelley. Shelley with kicks to both. Hits the ropes. Tilt a whirl head scissor, and down goes Hiroshima. And now Hiroshima going for a powerbomb. No, Dominator. And then just stomping on the back of Shelley's head. Another one of those moves where it's not illegal, but it's still kind of dirty. Fisherman Buster by Shelley. Now he's heading out to the apron, looking for a springboard into a crossbody. Really more of a slingshot than a springboard. He just threw himself over the ropes rather than using them to bounce off. He does tag Sabin in. I don't know if Hiroshima saw it. An elevated gut buster. Sabin rolls through into a pin. Too close to the ropes there. No count from the referee. Sabin kicks Hiroshima down, but doesn't see Yoshimura coming. And he hits him with a big chop. But another super kick by Sabin. Off the ropes comes Chris Sabin. Running DDT, and down goes Hiroshima. Go behind. Nope. Arm drag by Hiroshima. Turning things back in Disaster Box's favor as he tags in Naomi Yoshimura. Hiroshima sends him off the ropes. Flying crossbody. I don't think he got all of it, but he got enough. It took Sabin down. Rear chin lock applied by Yoshimura, but it's broken up by Shelley. Angel's Wings pile driver on Hiroshima. Yoshimura and Sabin are the legal participants here. Sabin makes the tag, and in comes Alex Shelley. And Sabin gets slammed hard by Yoshimura. Yoshimura now taking Shelley for a little bit of a walk, signaling that this one might be over. Sending him into his own corner. That doesn't seem wise. He charges in and misses. Gives Shelley an opening. Oh, but those elbows to the face will close that right up. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Saban's right there to break it up, though. Yoshimura needed to do that in the middle of the ring or closer to his own corner. On a double choke bomb takes Saban down. But it does give Shelley an opening. 1, 2. 0.9. The Machine Guns almost won it there. One of these teams is going to punch their ticket to the round of 16. One of these teams will compete again on Tuesday night. One of these teams will be just 2 wins away from WreSIMania and a shot at the World Simulate Tag Team Championships. Brainbuster by Saban. And swinging sidewalk slam by Yoshimura. 1. But it is broken up by Saban. We tried for a roll-up, but not legal. Shelley goes for drop kick. Yoshimura dodges, tags in Hiroshima, and Shelley tags in Saban. Hiroshima and Saban are now the legal participants. Hiroshima's got kicks for days. And now he's going for is that the Dominator? Yes! Dropping Saban with it. Pulls him away from the corner. And a kick to the back of the head. And we went for a step up Enziguri, but Saban ducked it. Sends him off the ropes. Deep arm drag, and down goes Hiroshima. And an air raid crash by Chris Saban. Pulling Hiroshima away from the ropes, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and the Machine Guns advance. Alex Shelley and Chris Saban are your winners, and they are moving on to the round of 16. They are the 13th team to punch their ticket there. Disaster Box put up a heck of a fight tonight, but it looks like the team of destiny here in the 100 might just be Alex Shelley and Chris Saban, the Motor City Machine Guns. Shelley with a backflip driver on Hiroshima to get the win. 90%, tied for our second highest rated match of the night. And we now know that the Guns will be facing the winners of our next match, I believe. Yes, that is accurate. Let's not drag this out any longer than we need to. It has the potential to be the biggest upset possibly in PWS history. The Philly Marino Experience, the second lowest seed in the tournament, Mario Tenaglia and Philly Collins, who earlier on tonight pulled off the upset over the Outfielders. They are the number 99 seeds in this 100-team tournament, and they are about to take on team number 3, Jay and Mark Briscoe, the pride of Sandy Fork, Delaware, hoping for a showdown and a dream match with the Motor City Machine Guns. A lot of talk lately about what constitutes a dream match, and I think it's any match that you dream about. And the option that we might get to see the Briscoe Brothers and the Motor City Machine Guns in the round of 16. Oh boy, that is a special, special dream. DDT and the NWA have both officially been eliminated from the tournament with Pretty Empowered and now Disaster Box's losses. Briscoe Brothers representing AEW, of course. The beauty of simulating these shows is we can have matches that couldn't possibly happen. And wrestling fans know that we lost Jay Briscoe a few weeks ago. It's just an absolute tragedy. A car accident, it was just the shockwaves that are still being felt through the industry over the loss of Jay Briscoe are still being felt and likely will be for possibly years to come. This was a man who had been wrestling for decades and was still at or near the top of his game. The Briscoe brothers were still one of the best tag teams in the world, and Jay Briscoe was one of the best singles wrestlers in the world. He was personable, he was funny, he was talented, he was charismatic, he was kind. Everybody that knew Jay loved Jay, and the fact that he's no longer with us is a huge loss for the wrestling industry. But the beauty of this show is we can still get Briscoe Brothers matches. They can still participate in this tournament that they were in before we lost Jay. I thought about, maybe having a replacement partner for Mark, but every time I tried to think of who it could be, or maybe just give Mark a singles match against, I don't know. None of it felt right. So I decided to keep the Briscoes in the tournament, keep them at their number 3 seed, let them keep their first round bye. And I'm glad I did, because I'm glad to see the Briscoes here. And I'm pulling for him to win the whole thing. It's Mark Briscoe in the ring right now with Philly Collins from the Philly Marino Experience. And he just got DDT'd right on the top of his head. Unfortunately, Collins wears that sweatband, so that may have absorbed some of the shock. But the Sussex County chicken farmer, Mark Briscoe, definitely not holding back here on the lower-seeded Philly Marino Experience. This is the second. It's the third look we've had at the Philly Marino Experience. They've just pulled off upset after upset after upset. But this is our first look in Fire Pro at the Briscoes. We did see them beat Fly Def in one of our 2K matches, in a match that got 5 stars. So we've seen them in Fire Pro as part of the 500. Jay lost to the first round to May Saruga. Mark beat Pero in round 1, but lost to Shingo Takagi in round 2. They're technically, I believe, still the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I don't think they've announced what they're doing with those belts. I mean, I'm assuming they were vacated, but I think linearly, I don't know what the term is for that. But the Briscoes were the last team to hold the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles before Jay passed. They never lost the belts. So Mark was carrying around one of the tag belts on Dynamite and Rampage since he's been appearing in AEW. So I guess they're still considered the tag team champions. Maybe they'll let Mark pick an alternate partner to defend with. I don't know. But Mark just took a big shoulder breaker there from Collins. Thought Collins was going to tag in Tenalia. Mark does tag in Jay, and now Collins tags in Marino Tenalia. Boots for both Briscoes from Collins. And Tenalia with a double axe handle on Jay. Another double axe handle. Rolls him over. Goes for the pin. Jay kicks out before even 1. We're just past the 7-minute mark here of our 8th of 10 matches. So far, the Motor City Machine Guns have claimed one of the final 4 spots in the round of 16. The winners of this match will join them and face them Tuesday night in the finale of the 100. We're not gonna crown champions on Tuesday, but that is the last night of the standalone 100 show, because the 4 winners of that show will be going to WreSIMania, the season finale for season 2 here of Pro Wrestling Simulated. The winners will be the first ever World Simulate Tag Team Champions. Series of chops there by Mark, showing off some of that redneck kung fu. I don't know what Mark was going for. Collins backing into the Briscoes corner like it's his own. Mark just steps back, lets him tag in Marino Tenalia. It's almost like he's just not sweating this match. He's having a good time in there. And he's going to tag his brother back in. And in comes Jay Briscoe. Big DDT by Jay. Oh, and now an Anaconda Vice. They were in the ropes. Referee forces the break.
10 minutes gone.
Jay with a big forearm for Collins. But Tenalia catches him in that snap suplex. Tag made. In comes Collins. Kicks for both from Jay. Jay to the top rope now. Big senton right across Marino Tenalia's chest. Went for a clothesline. Collins missed it. Or he dodged it, I suppose. And going for a suplex. Snap suplex by Collins. Sorry for the popping on mic. Drinking a water bottle that's starting to become empty. Jason off the ropes, runs into a back elbow by Collins. Deep arm drag by Collins. Now dragging Jay toward the center of the ring. Off the ropes. Huge shotgun drop kick. And a shoulder breaker. Billy Collins giving Jay Briscoe the business here. 1. Mark breaks it up right at the 2 count. Tenalia tags in. Big spear by Collins. Cutting Jay Briscoe in half. Rolling Enziguri there by Collins. Tenalia to the top rope. Diving elbow. But Jay moved. Tag made. In comes Mark Briscoe. Briscoe went for the cutter there. Go behind by Collins. Oh, and Mark kicked him low. With referee's discretion whether or not to disqualify. He's being very discreet. Again, he went for that cutter, and again, he missed it. And Collins with a suplex, and down to the floor goes Mark Briscoe. Super kick by Tenalia. Mark Briscoe's got a chair. Tenalia runs into the ring to get away from him. Now leaves the ring to get away from him. And Mark's got the chair. We've seen chairs used tonight. Referees have not disqualified people for it. There's just a chair in the ring now. Oh, is Tenalia going to do a move onto it? No, just an elbow to the back of the head. And a spear by Tenalia cuts him in half. But Briscoe gets right to his feet and nails him with a headbutt. Tag made, and in comes Jay. Jay Briscoe, 6'1", 233 pounds. The battery is low on my DualShock controller. Chaos reigns here at Pro Wrestling Simulated. 1 second, let me find my charging cord. We definitely don't want that to die. And we also don't want to do what we did last time, where I unplugged a hard drive thinking that it was the cord for the charger. And it wasn't. And that didn't end well. Fortunately, I have so many USB ports. I'm not sure if you heard that. You can take it to me. It is plugged in. Oh, and we just lost audio. Stand by. I think I know what happened, and I think I know how to fix it. That's not a controller setting. Oh, because it's not an in-game setting. Stand by. We're gonna cut to me here real quick while I try and fix this. You don't need to look at me playing in my menus, but I think all I need to do is change it so that the audio is not coming through sound and screen, audio output. No, that's not what I want. Devices. Oh, yep. I just figured it out. There we go. You hear it again? I hear it again. All right. Live streaming, folks. You never know what's going to happen. Like, for example, you can plug in a controller and your computer is like, oh, you're going to play a game on the computer? Let's switch all the audio over there. chops back and forth. Tanalia gets the better of it. Baseball slide. Briscoe going for the pin. 1, 2. I feel like that audio is laggy now, though, isn't it? I mean, it was laggy before, but I feel like it's super laggy now. Big release German suplex by Tanalia. It was like they did a cutter, just they went in different directions. Briscoe's been trying, or Mark's been trying to hit that cutter for a while. It's the ropes. Double stomp to the back of Philly Collins. Collins takes him down with the punch. Points to the crowd. Super kick. Hooks the leg. 1. And it's broken up immediately. DDT by Tanalia. Gargano escape. Referee checking on Mark. Jay coming in to try to save it, but Mark manages to escape. The Gargano escape. Who knew? Off the ropes. And Collins just kind of runs over Mark. A little miscommunication there, I think. Tag made. In comes Marino Tanalia. In comes Jay Briscoe. And a double power bomb by the Briscoes. Off the ropes, Jay with a fist drop. And now, a pile driver. And a fist drop to the back of the head. Jay Briscoe now pulling Marino Tanalia to his feet. Tanalia manages to make the tag. In comes Philly Collins. Jay Briscoe's got boots aplenty. And a big senton across the chest of Marino Tanalia. Philly Collins tries to kick Jay in the midsection. Jay just punches him in the face. Off the ropes goes Jay Briscoe, and a big pump kick right to the face. And I thought he was going for a spine buster. Turned it into a Manhattan drop instead. And then just those clubbing blows to the side of the head. Mark again getting ready to do a little redneck kung fu here. Sends Collins off the rope and then just kicks him in the face. Fantastic move by Mark Briscoe, hitting the ropes. I thought he might have been going for that double stomp again. Slammed on the brakes when he saw Collins getting to his feet. But not fast enough because Collins now in control. Flying clothesline takes Mark down. Tag made. In comes Marino Tanalia. Tag made. In comes Jay Briscoe. It is Jay and Tanalia as the legal men. Super kick by Collins takes Mark Briscoe down. But Jay's got him up. Brain buster. Now a double axe handle to the back by Tanalia. Tag made, and in comes Philly Collins. Rolling enziguri by Tanalia. And the Philly Marino Experience is rolling. No, wait. Jay's got him. Jay Driller. He just hit the Jay Driller. Behind. Oh, I thought he was going for a dragon or dragon suplex. But had his knee kicked. He got his leg kicked out of his leg there by Philly Collins. Collins now go behind. Side suplex. Trading blows back and forth. Back and forth. And a discus lariat by Collins. Rolls him over. Gargano escape. Mark coming in to make the save. We probably needed that. I don't know how much longer Jay could have held on. Past the 26-minute mark here. The stakes of every pin and every submission get higher the longer the match goes, because the more worn down each man gets, the more likely they are to submit or not be able to answer a 3 count. Pair of tags made. Tanalia went to try to spear Mark Briscoe in half. Missed. Spicoli driver by Jay Briscoe on Collins. Tanalia looks like he's looking for somebody in the crowd. It's the ropes. Big flying clothesline takes Briscoe down. Mark sends him off. And a big running forearm. No, Tanalia blocked it. Sort of a variation on a sling blade there. Drop kick to the back of the head. Tags Collins back in. Tag team continuity from the number 99 seeds here, trying to pull off the biggest upset of the tournament against number 3. Big spinning back kick by Collins to the back of Mark Briscoe's head. Back into the Gargano escape. A move taught to him by Johnny Gargano himself. And the Philly Marino Experience, the number 99 seeds, have upset number 3. The Briscoe Brothers are out of the tournament. Philly Marino Experience move on to the round of 16. We will see them again against the Motor City Machine Guns this Tuesday night. Wow, that's the second time tonight that Philly Collins has gotten someone to submit to the Gargano escape. First it was Weber Hatfield in our opener, and then just now to Mark Briscoe. Philly Marino Experience and the Motor City Machine Guns in just 5 nights. We've got 2 more spots in the round of 16 to fill, and we've got another we've got 2 very, very high seeds remaining. The first one's up. The number 90 seeds. No, I'm sorry, that is not accurate. Let me pull up. I'm on the wrong screen. Number 90 seeds lost in round 1. Yeah, there we go. I was about to replay a match that we'd already done, and that would have just been silly. We do have the number 42 seeds, Z-Brats, Diamante, and Shun Skywalker, who earlier tonight did pull off a minor upset when they beat the Magical Sugar Rabbits, which is a shame because I like saying Magical Sugar Rabbits. They will be facing off against the number 10 seed, Violence is Forever, Dominic Guarini, and Kevin Koo. It's time to head down to the ring as we find out the penultimate team to advance to the round of 16. Still can't believe the Briscoes are out. It means that the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 8th, and 9th seeds are all out of the tournament. Shun Skywalker and Diamante making their way to the ring. Earlier tonight, they beat the Magical Sugar Rabbits when Skywalker hit Ashla on Mizuki. We'll see if they can pull off their 2nd upset of the night as they take on Violence. Violence is Forever. They are the current Southern Underground Pro Tag Team Champions. They are the current Deadlock Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. It's Kevin Koo leading the way. Dominic Guarini behind him, the Bone Collector. They had a bye in the first round, then beat the Commonwealth Connection in a 4.5-star match in round 2. We'll see if they can duplicate that magic here against Z-Brats. Diamante and Guarini are starting things off. Guarini and Koo both participated in the 500 back in season 1. Guarini beat R-Truth in round 1, then lost to Biff Busick in round 2. Koo lost in the first round to Kento Miyahara. Armbreaker there by Diamante. Sends Guarini off the ropes. Guarini slams on the brakes. As you see, Guarini wrestles in, more mixed martial arts style gear than most wrestlers do. Both Guarini and Koo have a martial arts background. Guarini also a submission specialist. Koo has a more kind of all-around style with the martial arts thrown in. Guarini, we just saw the Philly Marino Experience, disciples of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Guarini also trained by LeRae and Gargano, while Koo was trained by Brian Fury. Scooping a slam there by Shun Skywalker, the sort of unorthodox abdominal stretch variation, that submission hold. But Guarini just lifts a knee right into his gut. Simple but effective, and that's a lot of Violence is Forever style. They just kind of take the direct way to inflict pain. Guarini with another rib breaker there on Skywalker. Tag made, and in comes Kevin Koo. Pair of Kicks for Violence is Forever from Shun Skywalker. Skywalker sends him off the ropes. Went for the drop kick, but Ku sidestepped it. Sends him off the ropes again. Doesn't sidestep that Huracan Rana, but he does kick out before the count of 1. 4 minutes into our semi-main event here. Still to come, we will see Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows take on Los Hermanos Lee for the final spot in the round of 16. Dragon Screw Leg Whip by Kevin Ku. And another working over the legs of Diamante. Trying to weaken the Z-Brats. Probably to set them up for Garini's more submission-based style. Ku in there for the quick strikes and the more all-around wrestling style. An arm breaker there by Diamante. Dragging him away from the corner toward the center of the ring. You're not going to be able to get a pin by the ropes, but you also get farther away from your own partner. Double drop kick by the Z-Brats. And no, they went for another double team move, but Ku fights his way out of it. Skywalker with a side headlock, but Ku turns it into a side suplex. Ku sent into his own corner by Skywalker. Skywalker follows in with a Yakuza kick right on the jaw. Now rolls through into a jackknife pin. 1. Garini so unbothered by that, he didn't even leave the corner. He does tag back in. So Garini and Skywalker are the legal men here. Scoop. No! Skywalker rolls him up. Garini kicks out before 1. Violence is Forever, showing Z-Brats that it is going to take a lot more than that to put them down. There's a reason they're the number 10 seeds in a 100-team tournament. Z-Brats at 42, better than most. But Violence is Forever, one of the 10 best tag teams in the world, according to Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And the fact that they're still standing means that that's true. A kick to the ribs. A forearm from Diamante, back and forth strikes. Diamante getting the better of that exchange. Not a lot of guys can go toe-to-toe with Dominic Garini and live to tell the tale. Oh, but that low blow by Diamante, I think that might have just pissed him off, because Garini now trying to throw Diamante all around the ring. But Diamante manages to tag in Shun Skywalker. Big arm drag by Garini. Skywalker cuts him off with a chop. Front face lock. Now an elbow to the spine and a double knee to the back. Skywalker trying to take away the base of Garini. If you don't have your core, that's going to cut way down on your offense. The Z-Brats know that well. Garini, sensing he might be in some trouble, tags out. In comes Kevin Ku. Double knees. V-trigger. Sent off the ropes. Deep arm drag by Kevin Ku. Shades of the legendary Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. A camel clutch by Skywalker. I don't think Ku's gonna... Nah, Ku gets out of it pretty easily. Jump up Rana there by Skywalker. Hooks the leg. 1 count only. Again, Violence is Forever. Telling Z-Brats it is going to take more than that to beat us. A series of standing switches. Snap Dragon suplex by Kevin Ku. And now a double underhook. Tiger Bomb. I went for a step up Enziguri, but Skywalker got out of the way. Tags in Diamante. Tough break for Violence is Forever. Ku was building up some serious momentum. Oh, he's just going to hit another Tiger Bomb. No. Back dropped up and over the top rope to the floor by Diamante. Skywalker's there waiting with a surfboard. Stretching out Kevin Ku. Diamante catching his breath in the ring, letting his partner work over his opponent. Ku gets away, gets back into the ring, manages to slip past Diamante, tags in Dominic Garini. Kicks for both from Diamante. But Ku levels him with a forearm, and then a knee by Garini. Garini seems to have recovered from that earlier onslaught by Z-Brats. Little collision there. Oh no, striking combo from Garini. And the Bone Collector is rolling once again. And once again, Diamante, thinking better of it, tags out. Shun Skywalker is legal. Diamante putting Guarini up on the top turnbuckle, following him up, possibly a superplex. No, Guarini forearms him off. Comes back down and eats a hip toss from Skywalker, who then hits him with a drop kick. And an elbow to the spine. Skywalker tags Diamante back in and then goes right back into a camel clutch. Again, Guarini legally can't submit to that hold because Skywalker is not the legal participant in the ring. He does leave, and that gives Guarini an opening to fire off more shots to Diamante. And then another knee. And a gut-wrench deadlift suplex. Comes into the corner. But he's met there by Diamante for a rib breaker. Pulls Guarini away from the ropes, rolls him over. Behind, looking for that electric chair. Drops him face first. But Guarini right back to his feet. Spine buster by Dominic Guarini, 2. Broken up by Shun Skywalker. I thought that might have been it. Gut wrench powerbomb, a doctor bomb there by Diamante. 2.9. Dominic Guarini kicks out. And the VIF trigger from Violence is Forever on Shun Skywalker. And then Guarini. Oh, triangle choke by Guarini. And try to get Diamante to submit here. But Diamante able to escape. But he's going to be able to escape from this pile driver. No, he's not. He's just going to get dropped right on the tippy top of his head. I don't know what Guarini was going for there, but Diamante managed to get out of it. Tag made, in comes Shun Skywalker. Sent off the ropes. And nobody's there to meet him. Tag made. Kevin Koo is back in. And another VIF trigger coming. Nails it right on Diamante. Now Skywalker's got Koo up. Falcon Arrow. That's how they won their second round match. But Koo was too close to the ropes. No pin. Gonna put Skywalker up on the top turnbuckle. Following him up. Possible back suplex off the top rope. No. Skywalker elbows him off and hits a moonsault. 1, but way too close to the VIF corner. And Guarini breaks it up. Skywalker now possibly going for a tornado DDT. Nails it. But unable to capitalize. Skywalker taking a lot of damage in this match. Boots to both from Kevin Koo. Skywalker to his feet. Now Koo going after Diamante with a big forearm, realizing Diamante is the legal man. Off the ropes goes Koo. Big running kick. Catches Diamante right on the jaw. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Skywalker was right there to break it up. And we have passed the 20-minute mark of our semi-main event here. We still have one more match to go after this. But Z-Brats and Violence is Forever have been battling it out for a spot in the round of 16. Big European uppercut by Kevin Koo, getting the crowd behind him. Step up Enziguri, and then a double leg. Nice combination offense there by VIF. German suplex by Guarini, but Skywalker too close to the ropes. Rib breaker by the Bone Collector. Not sure what he's going for here, but no, Skywalker reversed it. A series of stomps in the corner. JR would put it, he's stomping a mud hole in him and walking it dry. Still don't know what that means. But a big Rana there takes Guarini over. Guarini sends him off the ropes. Judo throw. And now pulls him to his feet. Skywalker went for an Enziguri. Nobody home. Sends Guarini off the ropes. Nails him with that Rana. Now it's Skywalker rallying the crowd. And a tag made. In comes Diamante. Possibly going for... Nope, another gut buster. I thought he might have been going for a Death Valley driver. Running elbow drop right to the face of Dominic Guarini. Oh, but Guarini rolls through into that triangle choke. Trying to put Diamante away with it. But Skywalker makes the save. That very nearly ended the match. VIF almost getting the submission finish here. Guarini to the top rope. Double stomp. That's a big old boy coming down with that double stomp. Tag mate Kevin Koo is in now. Another gut wrench deadlift. Almost driver there by Guarini. Koo off the ropes, goes for a running forearm. Diamante dodges, tags in Skywalker. Kicks for both brats. And a frog splash by Kevin Koo on Diamante, but Skywalker's the legal man. Meets him in the middle of the ring. Falcon Arrow. He hit him with the deal. 1, 2. 2.9. Kevin Koo kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. And a double drop kick from Z-Brats, and he's down. Skywalker to the top rope. Big time moonsault. 1, 2.9 again. Kevin Koo kicks out. Skywalker and Koo are the legal men, but Skywalker, tornado DDT on Guarini. Now sending Koo into the Z-Brats corner, putting him up on the top rope again, following him up. What are we going for? Spanish fly! Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But Guarini breaks it up. Diamante took a bad angle, and that allowed the Bone Collector to stop the pin. I thought for sure the Z-Brats had that one. Skywalker makes the tag. Diamante's back in. Koo tags out. In comes Dominic Guarini. We're approaching the 26.5-minute mark here of our semi-main event. We've still got one more match still to go, folks. We've got one more time to try to top this. But, folks, this might be the best tag team match of the tournament thus far. Running back elbow by Guarini. And right back into that triangle. He's going to try to choke out Diamante too close to the ropes. Skywalker went for a moonsault. Diamante didn't see it. Pulled Guarini to his feet. And you can see there, he just kind of threw his hands up like, my bad. Drags Guarini away from the corner. Right back into the choke from Guarini. And the referee has seen enough, calling for the bell. Violence is forever. Advance to the round of 16. A great showing by Shun Skywalker and by Diamante. 95. They're saying the match before that was better. I guess different strokes for different folks. But Dominic Guarini with the they're calling it a triangle scissors, beating Diamante to claim the 15th spot in the round of 16. The number 10 seed, Violence is Forever, will move on to face the winners of our main event this Tuesday night. I mean, our main event right now. The winners of this match move on to Tuesday night's show, where they will face Violence is Forever. I worded that note. So it is time for our main event. It's Hermanos Lee teaming with Dralistico as they take on the club, the OC, the Bullet Club. Call them what you will. They are Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And it is our main event. Hermanos Lee earlier picked up the first win of the tournament via countout when Eel O'Neill was counted out at ringside, putting Hermanos Lee over the Kings of the District to advance here to the round of 32. One more win puts them in the round of 16. But they've got a big mountain to climb because their opponents are the highest seed we've seen tonight. Earlier on, they beat Pretty Empowered in pretty dominant fashion. It's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson from WWE. So 17 teams remain in the tournament after this match. We will be down to 16. big kick by Gallows. All right, guys, these 2+ hour streams are killer on my voice. I'm just glad we're not going 3+ again tonight. Of course, I say that, and this match may go 45 minutes. Who knows in Fire Pro? With the Z-Brats losing, Dragon Gate is now fully eliminated from the tournament as well. There are 4 teams from WWE, 4 teams from AEW, 2 teams from CMLL, 1 team each from Impact, New Japan, and WXW, as well as 4 teams from the independent scene remaining. Technically, 3 of the 4 participants in this match all work for WWE, since Dragon Lee is under developmental deal there. Dralistico, the only free agent here, but we do consider Lee and Dralistico to be an independent team because as a duo, they are not signed anywhere. Sort of a technicality, but that's how I've been counting it. If you're working for 2 different companies, or if, one of you signed and one isn't, then I'm counting you as independent because the team is not signed anywhere. Dralistico sent off the ropes. Big choke slam by Gallows on Lee. Versus Dralistico's whip and then just clotheslines Lee's head off. A stomp to the back of Gallows' head. Backbreaker by Gallows. Tag made and in comes Anderson. And for the Magic Killer. And they nail it. Anderson dragging Lee closer to his own corner. I don't quite see the logic there. Now whipping Lee into the club's corner. Running kick to the midsection. They're trading blows back and forth. Chops by Lee. Punches by Gallows. And a big boot to the face by Dragon Lee. And a lariat from Anderson. Machine Gun Anderson. Will we see Machine Gun Anderson and the Motor City Machine Guns both advance in a single night? Tag made, in comes Gallows, the corn-fed Colossus. Eats a boot there from Dralistico. Are we going to get another Magic Killer? We are. Gallows goes for the cover. 1, 2, 0.9. Dralistico kicks out. I think that's our earliest 2.9 of the night. Gallows and Anderson trying to make short work of Los Hermanos Lee here in our main event. They're trying to go home early. A super kick by Dralistico. I'm already at home. We're live streaming this from my home office. Tag made. In comes Carl Anderson. The time for another Magic Killer. No. Gallows. Oh, whip is reversed. Ref bump. The ref's down. Of course, there's really no disqualification, so it doesn't actually matter, but Mr. Judgment, I think he's going to come up a little bloodied after that collision. Gallows, Anderson with a big spine buster. We all know people with the last name Anderson all have good spine busters, just like everybody from Samoa's head is very hard. Float over DDT by Dralistico to turn things back in the favor of Los Hermanos Lee. Anderson now go behind. Big side suplex, dropping him right down. Dralistico now with a suplex. And just a stomp to the face. Tag made, in comes Luke Doc Gallows. Dragon Lee tags in as well. Lee and Gallows are your 2 legal men. Lee in the red, Gallows in the singlet. Gallows just kicked Dralistico's head off. But it gives Lee an opening to slam him to the floor. I would have thought Lee might be thinking of a dive, but Dralistico is actually the one that follows him out. Big hooking bat kick. Gallows is the legal participant here. Super kick by Dralistico. Are Los Hermanos Lee looking for their second count-out victory of the night? I thought they might have been, but a big superplex by Anderson takes Lee down. Punch to the midsection by Gallows. Tag made, and in comes the machine gun. Ankle lock by Lee on Gallows. Gallows not the legal man. Spinning kick to the midsection by Lee. Tag made, in comes Dralistico. And Anderson's got kicks for both of the Lee brothers. Step up enziguri by Dralistico. Catches Anderson right in the back of the head. Scoop and a slam by Dralistico. And a spinning back kick to the midsection. Sends him off the ropes. I'm not sure what he was going for there, but Anderson sidestepped it. Didn't sidestep that super kick. Anderson sends him off the ropes, and another big spine buster by Machine Gun. Tag made, and in comes Gallows. We're going for another magic killer. We are. One of the most devastating tag team maneuvers in the world right now. Dralistico manages to escape the pin with the drop toe hold, but he just got Gallows with that clothesline, just deadly. Now going for a power bomb. That's dangerous against a luchador, but he does hit it. Dralistico sends him off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl. La Mística. God, the referee is bloody. Fortunately, this is the main event, so as soon as it's over, he can go backstage and get some medical attention. Anderson just punching Dralistico in the face. Tag made. In comes Dragon Lee. Series of kicks by Gallows. Makes the tag. In comes Anderson. Another magic killer. Another magic killer. They did it to Dralistico, and Lee is the legal man. Lee hooks the leg. 2. Save made by Gallows. Standing switch. And a released German suplex by Lee sends Anderson flying. Both men wobbly. Drop kick by Lee. Takes Anderson down. Elbow to the back of the head. Lee now looking for that tombstone. He hits it. Doesn't go for the pin, though. Went for a Rana, but Anderson sidestepped it. Makes a tag. You gotta wonder, Lee might have got the pin there with that tombstone. It might come back to haunt Los Hermanos Lee later. Big boot to the face by Gallows. Pulls him to his feet, and just a thrust kick to the face. Lee manages to tag in Dralistico. And he eats a big side suplex for his troubles. But Dralistico is able to... No, I was going to say able to take control on Gallows, but instead he gets a face full of knee. Gallows now sending Dralistico into the corner. Tag made. In comes Anderson. Gallows drags Mystico out of the corner. I'm sorry, Dralistico. A series of strikes. Chops from Dralistico. Punches from Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Super kick by Dralistico. Clothesline from Anderson. And the Machine Gun comes out on top in that exchange, and then it's a big neck breaker. Puts him in the corner. Reversal. Series of chops to the chest here from Dralistico. Puts him in the corner. Tag made. Gallows is back in. Oh, I thought it might have been Magic Killer time again, but Dralistico fights out of it with kicks. Big kick to the back of the head by Dralistico, but he eats a choke slam from Gallows. And a double choke bomb. 1, 2, 3. And Gallows and Anderson are going to the round of 16. Los Hermanos Lee put up a great fight, but in the end, the power advantage of Gallows and Anderson was just too great. They will face Violence Is Forever in just 5 nights here on Pro Wrestling Simulated as the 100 reaches its season finale, the last episode before WreSIMania. Number 7, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson over number 26, Los Hermanos Lee. 81% evaluation, Gallows with the neck hanging bomb on Dralistico. And Gallows and Anderson join Violence is Forever, the Motor City Machine Guns, and the Philly Marino Experience, clinching spots tonight in the round of 16, where they will join the Usos, the Lucha Brothers, RK Bro, Aussie Open, the Street Profits, Swerve in Our Glory, the Kingdom, Las Chicas Indomables, Rot und Flot, Atrapa Sueños, Butcher and the Blade, and the Bollywood Boys. Those are the final 16 teams in the largest simulated tag team tournament in pro wrestling history. We will be back with our women's tournament, the 150, coming up this Sunday night, March 26th. It is the first of two third and fourth round episodes. We are going to see JC Jane take on Natalia. We will see Jamie Hayter take on Layla Gray. The winners of those matches will face off. We will see Charlotte Flair, the highest seed in this half of the bracket, take on Miranda Alize in the third round. We'll also see Savannah Evans take on Dana Brooke. The winners of those two matches will face off for a spot at WreSIMania. We will see Utami Hayashishida take on the Professor Serena Deeb. Shoko Nakajima faces Jessica Troy. The winners of those matches will battle it out for a spot in the quarterfinals. And we will also see Miyu Yamashita take on Raquel Rodriguez, and the world's cutest Maki Ito take on the lowest seed remaining in the tournament, I believe, number 124, Becca. The winners of those two matches will face off. So we're going to start the night with 16 women. We're going to end it with 4. Those 4 women will have all clinched their spots at WreSIMania, which is coming up a week from Sunday, April 2nd. It's the same day as the second night of WrestleMania. We're going to do it early in the day so you guys can just make it an all-day wrestling thing, just like Kalisto made it a good lucha thing when he got drafted to SmackDown a few years ago. Yes, folks, practice at FXC last night was a game I made up called Fix That Promo, where I had guys watch the worst promos of all time and then try to improve them. And, of course, I used Kalisto's Make a Good Lucha Thing promo. So, thanks so much for joining me for the last 2.5-ish hours here on Pro Wrestling Simulated. Until we meet again on Sunday for episode 11 of the 150, I am yours truly, Pat Dooley. Thanks so much.